So to find the domain of functions involved greatest integer functions, these properties are very, very important. First property, box of integer is always integer and box of negative integer is also negative integer. This is the known fact. So because box of 2 is 2, box of 3 is 3, box of minus 1 is minus 1, box of 0 is 0. Second property, box of x plus I. So here capital I, wherever I use capital I, that indicates integer. If you have box of x plus I, then we can split this one as box of x plus I. That integer we can keep it outside. So it may be positive integer or negative integer, no problem. Here minus is there, means you will write box of x minus I. It is true always. If you have x plus I, a value plus integer, both if we are adding, means we can keep that x separate and this integer separate. For example, if you have something like this, box of x minus 3 is there, we can write this one as box of x minus 3. Or if we have box of x plus 1 is there, then we can write box of x plus 1 separately. Next, third one, so you can highlight this. If box of x equals to n, okay, if I mention box of x is equals to n, we know that clearly n is an integer only, because the output of greatest integer function is always integer. If box of x equals to n, then the value of x lies in between n and n plus 1. This is the property. If greatest integer function is equals to n, then x value always lies in between n and n plus 1. It is a known fact. See, if box of x is equals to 3, then we know that clearly, according to graph also, x lies in between 2 and 3. So for x, if you give any input in between 2 and 3, that is 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 up to 2.999, the result will be always equals to 2. If box of x is equals to 2, then x lies in between 2 and 3. If box of x is equals to 4, then x lies in between, box of x equals to 4, then x lies in between which two values? 4 and 5. If box of x is equals to 4, then x lies in between 4 and 5. Now tell me, if box of x is equals to minus 2, then x lies in between which two values? Minus 2 to minus 2 to minus 1. N and n plus 1. Question. Box of x plus, box of x plus, box of x plus step x, we can call it as step x also, is equals to 8. Then find the value of x. You can check, see, first this outermost box, one box, and second box, and third box, and inside one box. So now for this entire box, see, so x plus some box is there. That means now observe the movement. So here this curly bracket. So whatever we have, this whole thing is there in between these two. That means here the output of this box is an integer only. That means now it looks like x plus integer. When we have x plus integer, then we can write it as a box of x plus integer. That means integer we can keep it outside. So that means what we'll get here, first we can write this one in the box and we can send the other part outside. Now this part came out, I am not writing again here, this part came out. Now we will concentrate this part. In this part, again we have x plus one more integer. Now we will send this integer also outside, then this will be in the box. Now we will concentrate this inner part. In this inner part, again we have x plus integer, that integer will send it out, then it will stay here. Now this integer is out means only that part left is equals to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4 we got, that is 4 times of step x is equals to 8. Then step x is equals to 2. If step x is 2, then we know that x lies in between 2 and 3. That is the solution. F of x equals to 1 divided by box of x whole square minus 3 box of x plus 2. Here that box indicates greatest integer function. Now this structure is of the form 1 by function. When we have 1 by a function, that the denominator function is not equals to 0. So that implies, you can write the condition here. The function is defined if step x square minus 3 step x plus 2 is not equals to 0. Now students, now I will tell very important point, you underline the point also in the notebook. When we are dealing steps problems and not equals to situation is there, the easy way to solve the problem is we will take the reverse case. We will assume that if it is equals to 0, then what happens, and then according to that we will write the final result. Very useful technique. See, here I will write assume that step x square minus 3 step x plus 2 is equals to 0. For convenience, I want to take step x as some a. So then the equation changes, a square minus 3a plus 2 equals to 0. So it can be factorized easily as a minus 1 and a minus 2 equals to 0. That means we got a equals to 1 or a equals to 2. So now a means what? Step x. Step x equals to 1 or step x equals to 2. So step x equals to 1 means we know that x lies in between 1 and 2, or step x equals to 2 means x lies in between 2 and 3. Now overall result, if you want, means domain of the function equals to, the first interval is in between 1 comma 2, union because it is R, and second one is in between 2 comma 3. So overall we can write this result as in between 1 comma 3. So here closed and here open. So this is not domain, this is the solution of this particular question. Okay. So now students observe carefully. While taking equals to 0, we got the domain of this particular situation is 1 comma 3. That means when this expression equals to 0, when the values lies in between, when x values lies in between 1 and 3, but we want the situation for not equals to 0, then we will write the domain as set of real numbers minus this bracket.